Oh, the franchise, episode 166.
Oh,
Is that right?
that's right.
Fuck yeah. See, you'd think I wouldn't be on point this morning because I just woke up, but I am.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
That's right. The D train was a little late this morning, but here he is, Daniel Ehrenberg. And over there in Jersey, Tom's Jersey, Henry.
Not really, but close enough of a town. That's right. How's everybody doing? It's Henry Pauly. We have a little surprise for you today, folks. Little unexpectedness appears on the show today. Making his sixth appearance. That's right. Already held the record with the Five Timers Club. Now it's six. It is Aaron Farinelli.
Whoop, whoop. You guys cannot get rid of me. I'm sorry.
Here he is. Let's go down the list. What films have we covered with Aaron Farinelli?
Well, I know what they are. You go ahead, Aaron. Do you know?
Yeah, I know we started with Predator.
Right. And then you did Predators and Alien versus Predator Requiem.
That's right. Fuck, what did we do after that? We did Weekend at Bernie's. That was
right.
Of course.
Summer of fun.
I gave it a 5.
That's 3. Yeah.
I came back for The Predator. I know. I don't know if that was the right order.
Oh yeah,
though.
that's right.
Yeah. And
starring an actual sexual predator.
That's right, of course.
Yeah.
Adrian Brody. Oh no, right? That's not even the right movie.
Check your neck, bro.
Yeah. Protect your neck.
He's a cultural predator, really.
Yes. And is that it? That's everything?
Oh no. Troll.
Oh,
of course,
yeah.
of
I
course.
really liked that one. That was good.
Classic episode. So it makes a lot of sense you're coming back for Critters. They're very similar franchises.
I cover all sorts of like creepy crawlies. Like everything's pretty much an alien or a monster that I come on. Maybe.
Yeah,
So
today we're covering Critters Attack and Leprechaun Returns, and it's interesting. I feel like now you've made your mark. You should just always come back when we've got like a little monster.
I think that's the plan.
Yeah. You'll come on for Gremlins. You'll come on for Ghoulies.
Yeah, right. This was unsolicited by Dan and I, by the way. This was just Aaron shooting
A little solicited by me. I believe I said to Aaron, you should come on sometime.
Oh. Yeah, I heard what you guys were doing, like that you're going back to the Leprechaun series, and I had just recently watched that, so I'm just like, fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah. And very,
right,
very
but
nice.
Before we get to the Leprechaun, let's...
I'm the Leprechaun.
Yeah. Let's talk about the final, or just the latest, frankly, in the... It's still flourishing Critters franchise.
Flourishing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, last movie we covered was Critters 4 in space. Then they made a little mini series for Shudder, which is an app. By the way, there's always good movies on Shudder. So if anyone has a password they want to give me, slide into my DMs.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know what the fuck that was. Aaron, did you watch any of that?
No, unfortunately, I have not.
Okay. But now they have this new TV movie that patron John Evan Bear was very excited for us to see. It came out here in America just recently, July 23rd, 2019. All right?
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. Former guest Nathaniel Safran's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah. And we will now cover it, Henry. Is that right?
Yeah, but yes, between this and Leprechaun Returns, it was the best $10 plus tax I ever spent.
Yeah, but we got paid by John Evan Bear and Danimal Control for both of those episodes.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I never made up the money. But I'm
That's right.
thrilled at their patronage.
And now I get a cut, right? Because now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
course.
that's a
both.
good point. God damn it.
See,
Of course.
that's why I picked this one. Now I get double the royalties.
You get a 1% royalty, man. It's pretty decent.
All right, so let's talk about the creative team behind Critters Attack. And what a creative team it is. It was directed by a fella named Bobby Miller. Okay?
Who could forget Bobby Miller?
Bobby Miller. And he's made some movies you've never heard of for years now.
Is that right?
Got it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, just
he-
some indie films. One's called The Cleanse.
Oh yeah, I see that. Right.
All right, one's called Holiday Road.
Don't know
Holiday
that.
Road.
Yeah, that's another one we gotta do.
Wait, what's that?
Vacation.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh.
National Lampoons.
That song's in Vacation. I didn't remember that.
All
Fuck
over that
yeah.
baby.
Okay. Well, Bobby Miller, he's very cute. I don't know if you've seen a picture of this Bobby Miller, but he's adorable.
No, I haven't.
He's he's handsome. He's like a little hipster with his little hair and his glasses, and
His little hair, his glasses.
Yeah,
Sure. Yeah, all right.
yeah, he's a Columbia graduate, and here he is directing a Critters movie.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get a film degree
That's
from a
right.
prestigious university. Yeah.
And this film was written by Mr. Scott Lobdell. And I don't know if you're familiar with this fella, but I am.
Yeah, you are. I didn't see Happy Death Day.
I didn't
Oh,
see that. I
yeah.
didn't see that either. I'm not even talking about his film work, Henry.
Oh, I know
Thank
what
you
you're
very
talking
much.
about. I know
Scott
what you're
Lobdell was a young writer for Marvel Comics in the 90s. And when the Image Bros, it's Todd McFarlane and Jim Lee and Rob Liefeld all left, Scott Lobdell was the man left at the reins of the X-Men franchise. So he wrote many, many 90s X-Men comics.
Wow, are they good?
Yeah, they're great. In many cases, the characters you know and love, maybe from the animated series or something like that, is the Scott Lobdell versions of these characters.
Yeah, that's what
Oh.
I'm seeing right now. It says, for a second, I thought he was writing the actual animated series, which I actually really liked that series when I was a kid. But it looks like it's
Same.
just the concept for the comic books.
Yeah. Well, he was the guy. Who was him and this fella Fabian Nicieza. So there's a little comic book history lesson for you, bros. And Scott Lobdell is sort of like old-fashioned, old hat in the comic book world now. But he's off writing Sci-Fi Channel movies, I guess.
Sweet.
Yeah. But yeah, he wrote Happy Death Day. We got to give him that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen either of those. There's two of them, right?
There sure
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
We'll see if they make a third. The second one didn't do that well.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay. You want to do a 2018 list or something?
Yeah, sure. Let's do 2018 list. Aaron, you are the guest of honor. This would be your starting at number 10.
Yes, and I just cobbled this together literally the last second, so some of this stuff might shift around.
Sounds good.
And I also realized at the last second, I don't remember a lot of movies that I saw from this year, or even 2019 for that matter, but we'll give it a shot.
Well, we're not doing 2019. So don't worry
Speak for
about
yourself.
that. Oh, please. Year
Okay.
ain't over. Go ahead.
I'm going to start it off with the Quincy Jones documentary, Quincy.
Oh, directed
Oh.
by his daughter, Rashida Jones.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Very cool.
All right, Henry, what's your number 10?
My number 10 is... Oh, that's
What's that
good.
sound there?
They're just lawn mowing.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Sounds like
Real
they're
nice.
doing it in my head.
Yeah, me too. It's great. Good timing. Number 10, Vice.
All right. Fine. My number 10 is Leave No Trace.
Too low.
Okay.
All right.
Aaron, what's your number 9?
We get Nicolas Cage in all his crazy glory in Mandy.
I did love Mandy. That was an honorable mention for me.
I had that on my Netflix queue. It came here and sat in my library for a while, and I had to send it back for something else. But I I wanted to see it. So now that I have your two recs on it, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
you've truly proved your bona fides in wanting to see it.
Yeah, I did want to, but I didn't have a single person that told me to see it. But it helps with a movie like that for me if I get two recs. So guess what? I'll put it back on there.
Sounds good. What's your number 9?
No. Sicario 2.
Oh, right. I hate this list.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you full title, please?
Sicario 2, Day of the Soldado.
Very good. Okay. My number 9 is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Well, I got news for you, pal.
Did you see it?
I turned it off.
What do you mean?
I couldn't get it. I couldn't get into it at all.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I didn't care for it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah.
I don't get that one, Henry.
I could just completely be Spider-Man'd out. It could be that. The animation thing I wasn't into. I couldn't get into that.
I think that's the bigger problem. You have a problem with animation.
Well,
Yeah, you're animation biased, bro.
maybe. I mean, unless it's The Incredibles, I guess, or Wall-E. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't do it, but whatever. I knew that there was no big loss because I knew I'd have to watch it anyway for when we do get to Spider-Man.
Good point.
So.
Yeah.
All right. So
All right, let's put that on the table, Aaron, for next week.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
I'm taking it off. I don't feel like watching superhero movies.
Yeah,
All right.
Aaron's choosing our next show, ladies and gents.
Right. Okay, Aaron, what's your number 8?
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah.
What is happening?
Yeah.
And like I said, this list is not necessarily in order. It's more of like the movies that I scrolled through. I was like, oh, I saw that this year.
Why is that? Because it's an enjoyable movie.
It's all right.
Yeah,
Dude, that movie sucks.
It makes me crack up every time I think of the little like when the
Ain't I a stinker raptor?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Every time I think back to that scene, he's just like, "Ain't I a stinker?"
That is the best moment in the movie.
There you go.
All right, Henry, number 8.
Hereditary.
Okay, great movie. Mine is 8th Grade.
Okay.
All right, Aaron.
My next one is going to be Halloween.
Okay,
Nice.
Halloween. Yep, enjoyable.
Yeah.
Henry, number 7.
First Reformed.
Yeah, masterpiece. Mine is The House That Jack Built.
I still need to see that.
It's still on my queue, and I think you were right, Dan. I don't think it's ever going to get to me.
Oh, yeah. I think it's an Amazon exclusive.
But it still comes up on Netflix.
Yeah, I know, because it's a movie that exists, but I just don't think
Yeah.
they can get it.
Yeah, well, I'm waiting.
Okay. Number 6.
Let's see here. That'd be Incredibles 2.
Okay.
Very nice.
Henry.
Widows.
All right, and mine is The Favorite.
Oh, I need to see that too. There's so many movies this year. Like I still haven't seen Vice. I haven't seen any of these.
3 pointers.
Sorry.
The circle. These are the heavy
That-
hitters.
that- that-
Heavy hitters.
I loved that.
I didn't know you were still talking, and I already hit play. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Heavy hitters.
Number 5.
Number 5, Deadpool 2. Why not?
Ooh. All right.
Deadpool 2. Oh, exhausting. You're
like I
putting
said,
me back to
this-
sleep.
This is out of order, so that's probably closer to the bottom. But that's how I wrote it down.
Okay.
All right.
Henry.
First Man.
Okay, mine is Madeline's Madeline. Great
Okay.
reaction. Number 4.
Black Panther.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep, great.
Cool.
Henry.
Number 4 is The Favorite.
Okay, and mine is Hereditary.
Great.
And number 3.
Hey, mine is Hereditary.
Ooh, love it.
Nice. My number 3 is If Beale Street Could Talk.
Nice. Mine is Black Klansman.
All right.
Number 2. Aaron.
It's the Black Klansman.
Oh, okay, got it. Henry.
My number 2 is Leave No Trace.
Great. Mine is If Beale Street Could Talk. And the number 1 film of 2018.
Avengers Infinity War.
Avengers Infinity War. Fuck it. I would never have expected that. Are you big on the Marvel movies, Aaron?
That was the movie that brought me around. Like I was like always like I would watch all of them, but that was the one that kind of like it ended and left an impression, and it was just like, oh wow, they actually fucking killed off half the characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
It's a lot fucking better than Endgame, I'll give you that.
Yeah, and it's just great to watch all the kids cry in the movie theater too. It was awesome.
That was kind of great. Like the reaction at the end, there were people that were heartbroken.
Mom, what is Peter Parker gonna be okay?
It's an HM for me. Yeah, for sure. And I had 3 more HMs that were 2 Dan Rex. Two out of 3 of them were Bad Times at the El Royale and Thoroughbreds.
Love it.
See, that's the thing. Like, I didn't see half these fucking movies. These are all on my list of movies to see, and so a lot of these probably wouldn't have even made the list. But I just
Yeah.
shit
It's a
that year.
preliminary list. I get it. It's still
did.
we're not that far away from 2018 at this point.
Need some time.
Henry, what's your number 1 movie?
Oh, sorry. Black Klansman.
Right, and mine is First Reformed.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. So let's talk about the movie I'm really here to talk about, and that is Critters Attack. So how much money did you pay for this, Henry?
$4.99 plus tax.
Same. Not
Yeah.
plus tax. Where are you buying it?
Google Play.
Oh, Jesus, Google Play. Get it together.
Well, Voodoo. I think Voodoo does it too. Everybody charges tax.
I don't think Amazon Prime is charging tax on this.
I don't have Amazon Prime.
All right. Critters Attack. I'm out. Moment 1 because we're looking at a farmhouse, and after all the talk we had last week about like all the various locations we could set Critters movies that would be fun. We're back on a fucking farmhouse.
We are.
It's the least creative thing in the world. But let's meet our new cast. First, we've got young Drea, played by Tashiana Washington. Don't expect to recognize any of these names.
You'll recognize one for sure. But
Yeah,
that's about it.
You will.
Yeah, I was doing the superhero count for this was an unusual chore for me because Wikipedia didn't give a lot.
No one has a
credits.
Wikipedia page in this case.
Yeah, so I actually ventured over to IMDb and I had some luck. But with Critters Attack, the usual IMDb issue with listing 48,000 characters. So we have a low superhero count today, but that's not a bad thing.
I'm fine with it. So Drea, she appears to be maybe 19 or 20, and she's been trying to get into local college Leroy University for a long time now.
Yeah.
But
I
she
liked
keeps
her, by
getting
the
put
way.
on the wait list.
She was. I liked her, by the way. I thought
No,
she was
I
good.
thought she was an engaging lead.
She was funny.
She did the best she could.
She was funny. Yeah.
It's a pretty flat performance, but I don't know what
Oh,
you're
I
really
didn't
looking
think so.
for from this
I
movie.
thought she was kind of funny. Yeah, I thought she was kind of on point.
I will say, nice to have a black female lead in a Critters movie.
Yeah, for sure. And I honestly think like with like a little bit better either writing or directing, I think she could have done a lot better. I don't think
Absolutely.
I think she elevated her character as
I
best
agree.
as she could.
I think that's right. I'm not going to put the blame on Miss Tashiana Washington, but it's not great.
Yeah.
She's got a brother. Okay, that's actor Jaden Noel's character Philip, and he's younger. He's got to be between 11 and 16.
Hey man, ever since the DiCaprio screw up, I gave up guessing ages.
This was one of those though. It was really difficult.
Yep.
Drea's babysitting in this movie. It's a babysitter horror movie, and she's babysitting a set of kids named Trissy and Jake. And Trissy is a very hyper young, she's pretty girl, Trissy, and I look up the actress here. She's 15, but then I'm wondering, I can't take that at face value. I don't think this character is supposed to be 15.
She's 15 in real life?
Yeah.
Jesus. I thought she was at most 12.
No, that's what I'm
34.
saying. Yeah, because that's what I wondered. I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, she might be street legal.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
But it turns out, no, she's 15. But then I'm wondering, why is Drea being paid to babysit a 15-year-old? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, because once you're like 13, you're allowed to babysit your little sibling, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, she's got to be under 13. She must be playing 12 in this movie. And the boy, in that case, must be playing like 7 or 8. But this kid has a deep voice. They even remark upon it in dialogue.
Yeah.
Here's my theory on this. So, these kids obviously cannot be left alone. So they must be like fucking troublemakers.
Yeah.
Maybe she tried to set the house on fire or something earlier.
What do you mean they're troublemakers? Trissy's a little priss. She's probably up in a room with like a geology set or something. And this kid's just on his phone all the time.
Yeah, but we don't know what he's doing on that phone. He could be hacking into systems and shit.
So what if he is? At least he's doing it at home.
That's a good point. He's not wreaking havoc.
He doesn't speak most of the movie. And we're setting up a little, Drea takes her brother on this babysitting trip, and we're setting up a little bit of a romance between him and Trissy,
right?
But the other young boy looks old enough that he could be having a romance with Drea.
Oh Lord!
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, I think Drea looks. I don't know how old Tatiana Washington is. But she looks like she's old enough. She looks like she's supposed to be the age she is. She looks like she's like 18 or 19.
Yeah, I mean, that one doesn't look weird to me. But everyone else did.
And so that's another thing. Like, also, like, she has to do all these like favors to get into this fucking local college. Is it
what
like that
is that
big of a deal? There's a line that the dad said. He says something like, "You could get into any college you want, just not." This school and this shitty local college.
Yeah, why apply to Columbia? Leroy University is not the only way to go.
But the only reason why she wants to go there is because her mom went there.
That's right. And then she ruined her mom's life by becoming a baby in her mom's stomach. And so that's what happened. Yeah.
Yeah, heavy mommy issues in both of these movies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are. You're right. Connection. Yeah, there's always a common thread in our show.
Yeah, because there's only a few shitty ideas that these movies use. All right, so she's trying to get into they keep pronouncing it Leroy like it's French, but it's just spelled Leroy.
Leroy.
Yeah, and what does she do? A pizza sushi. She delivers sushi. And she has a mentor at the sushi place who she just refers to as chef. Mm-hmm. And so she's making a delivery to Leroy University, which is very embarrassing for her because she recently got rejected for the 3rd time. Why you keep applying to this place?
I don't know, man. And she her best friend got in there, who's not very nice, Mandy.
Sure, Mandy. She's she appears to be Indian, perhaps.
Yeah, and then she meets Mandy's boyfriend.
He's very funny.
That guy's a piece of work. Yeah, he's kind of like a diet Sean William Scott.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, but before she goes to run into them, she has a run-in with the security guard who is trying to fuck her.
Right. Sean, the bagpipe playing security guard.
That's right.
He's trying to impress her with his mixtape of some original bagpipe songs he wrote.
First of all, can we just examine that for a second?
Yeah.
He says, I made you a mixtape, which leads me to believe something, and is a line you haven't heard since, I wrote a play when I was 15 years old, okay? So that's 18 years ago. And one of the plots was a dude makes a girl a mixtape, and she doesn't have a way to play the tape. Okay? Ha ha, ha ha ha. So, but in this movie, he's making her a mixtape. She has a tape deck in her car for some reason. But it's not even a mixtape. It's original songs that he wrote, and they're bagpipe songs. Who the fuck came up with this?
I don't know. It's a very strange idea, and it also set me back yet again in figuring out when is this taking place, because I thought we were in contemporary times. We clearly are. We got smartphones and all that shit. But you're right. I mean, either that is the greatest, most long-functioning vehicle she's ever driven, and this guy is still making tapes. So I don't know where we are,
Ask them to be louder with the lawnmower.
I am. I'm going to go outside and...
Yeah. Well, I mean, I get it. It's like a plot device that the writers do. It's like, how can we make this guy really annoying in a funny way? So let's give him bagpipes.
Right. If this movie was made in the 90s, he would have been a mime.
Yeah, exactly. Can we all just agree that, like, bagpipes aren't fucking funny?
Bagpipes aren't funny, and also they're really difficult to play. So whenever I see someone playing bagpipes, I'm more impressed than anything else.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, they are.
Bagpipes have, like, a place in, like, culturally significant Scottish music or corn songs.
Yep. Yep. I saw Jonathan Davis play Chutes and Ladders live once. No big deal.
And of course, on the Patreon, we've covered bagpipes, right, Dan? With It's a Long Way to the Top. If you want to rock and roll.
That's a good point. Yeah, Fave CDC.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Are you not a patron yet, Aaron?
Are you gonna shame him on the podcast?
Are you guys gonna hate me if I say no?
No, not at all. I just didn't know.
Man, I'm not a patron yet.
Oh, you got to check that out, man. We do Pave CDC.
I'm waiting for the time where you guys have enough content on there so I can really make my $5 worth it.
Are you kidding me? We've got so much tent, baby.
Although I gotta say, like, every week when I hear, all right.
Yeah. Good impression. Damn, that's a good impression.
It makes me almost want to click it, but I got zero free time. So one of these days when I'm going to go on a trip, I'll start my Patreon and I'll continue my Patreon.
I like it.
I love to hear it. Okay, so she finally gets past Sean at the gate, and in Leroy University, they've got she runs into her old best friend who's mean to her now, and the boyfriend, and we're just setting them up as characters for later. They're cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right. So meanwhile, what? Her brother saw a spaceship, and that landed in town, and some Krites have come out, and then she gets this job babysitting one of the teachers at Leroy.
Before that, even like right at the beginning, remember after the asteroid drops, the sushi restaurant delivery boy gets attacked by the Krites.
Right, and now he's missing. That's why she had to go to Leroy.
That's right.
And then they, I guess, implanted baby Krites in her belly to do like a chest burster sort of knockoff. I don't remember that being canon, right? That's like having implanted Krites bust out of people's chests. That's
new. Yeah, right. That's new. We haven't seen that yet.
And I got to say, when I first started watching this, and that was like one of the first scenes when they like rip out of his stomach, the effects were actually pretty good. They were practical. So I was thinking for a split second, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a good Critters movie, and then it seemed like every minute I was watching it, it just kept on dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping, in my opinion. And
Interesting.
I've got I think an exact moment where it completely lost me.
What was that?
I'll get to it.
Okay.
I think we're going to have a sharp divergence of opinion here.
H-Dog, I think we are on the same page.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Listen,
wow.
Henry, Aaron, how many of these Critters movies have you seen?
I think I've seen all of them at one point or time or another.
But it's been a little while.
It's been a while.
Let's reference all the new metal bands in this episode.
Who's got a Hoobastank reference?
The reason is you. So listen, these Critters movies are bad. They're bad movies. And so I thought this one was pretty fun because it is a little bit self-aware. They did use practical effects, which I enjoy, and some of the effects are pretty good. And it's definitely a sci-fi channel movie. Like it's nothing special. I'm not gonna give this more than like a 2, but like
I might.
This is a pretty fun Critters movie, and I actually considered thinking of it. I was thinking this might be the best Critters movie, but I think there's still one I like more.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not the worst Critters, but I just like
not by a long shot.
My hopes got so high when I first saw the original Gore, and then there were, like I said, there's moments that made this thing kind of drop off a cliff for me. But
well, yeah, see, for me, I going into it knowing it's a sci-fi production or not, I thought most of the time this thing is absolutely better quality in terms of the way it's shot and the self-awareness jokes and all that shit is way on par or on higher than some of the other shit we've covered in this particular franchise. And some of the acting is totally fine, borderline good. So, I mean, I didn't... This is like, for a lot of it, kind of left out some of the insufferable stuff of the other ones and just kind of acknowledged itself as a stupid little fun, well-done little movie. And,
wait, Henry, are you saying that the acting is better than Once Upon a Time in Hollywood's Leonardo DiCaprio's acting in Critters 3?
It is way better than that.
It's certainly no worse.
And by the way, I saw that. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, totally.
Agreed.
Fucking great. All right.
Okay, so Henry, did you have any trouble with the continuity? Because I found myself thinking a lot about whether the Intergalactic Council was still in service during this.
I did not. It did occur to me, of course, especially when Aunt Dee, played by Dee Wallace.
Was her name Dee in the first one? Is this the same character?
Well, here's the thing. I don't think that's not her name in the first movie, but I think it is the same character. I think she's gone off, probably got a divorce from that hick with overalls, and she's decided to become a bounty hunter, and kind of changed her name, and that's what she does. I like to think it's the Dee Wallace from the first one, just like taking on a new life.
During this movie, Henry, are we to think that Charlie the bounty hunter is still in like cryogenic state?
I would either hope that or that he's dead. Yeah.
No, he obviously doesn't die because he comes back
in the year 2045.
Yeah, so he's like.
Sorry. Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. And I did just double check. Her name was Helen Brown in the first Critters movie. So
why couldn't they keep that shit straight? It would have been a perfect, connective thread.
I know. Anne Helen. Just call her Anne Helen. I don't know. I think it's part of the movie's little wink at the audience that they're just fucking calling.
Yeah, the thing people remember about the first one is that Dee Wallace is in it. So let's just bring in Dee Wallace.
Dee Wallace, the professional mom. Like she was the mom on E.T., Cujo, Skateboard Kid 2.
Oh shit, we gotta cover Skateboard
That's
Kid.
why you're on the show,
shit. Bring me back for Skateboard Kid.
For sure.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I love the genre of skateboard kid movies.
When were those when did those come
A
out?
lot early 90s, late 80s.
Wow.
Yeah,
All right.
there was Airborne. That was a good one.
I've heard of that.
It was
Yeah.
what was it? Gleaming the Cube.
Gleaming the Cube is excellent. Yeah.
Thrashing.
Thrashing? I don't know that one.
No, maybe that's a video game. Shit, I might be getting my might be getting my Nintendo trivia mixed up. And then they did Rad, but I think that was BMX bikes.
Rad was BMX bikes. That's right. Yeah. Oh, that's a good movie though. Nicole Kidman.
No, that was the BMX.
Oh, BMX
Bandits.
Bandits. You're right. Fuck.
Yeah, that
Aaron killing it on the
was the age of like the extreme sport kids,
Yeah.
and now kids are just fucking lazy, just sitting on their fucking phones.
That's a good point, man. Kids need to get more extreme.
Bring back Tony Hawk.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean you don't have to, but
What's up with his kids? Aren't his kids getting like gnarly? Why aren't they doing anything awesome by now?
The Hawk kids?
Yeah,
They've all got
I
the
know-
last name Hawk, which is pretty cool.
they gotta be fucking virtuosos, but I don't see anything about them.
Well, they can live on their father's extremeness for the rest of their life, man. Yo, I bet they're really boring. They rebel against their dad. They're big readers, you know?
yeah.
Fuck you,
guys.
Dad. I'm reading Harper Lee.
Hey, I just noticed. Did you guys know where this movie was filmed?
South Africa?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
What's that about? It costs more money to go over there to fly alone. Why not go to just Nebraska or something like that?
I did not know that.
Because the voice of all the critters is Charlton Copley.
No, it's Leonardo DiCaprio from Blood Diamond.
Holy shit, I'd love it. Leonardo DiCaprio should do a cameo in a Critters movie. Come on, man.
I think so. It's been enough time.
He's far too above such
Just a little one, like him, like walking through a scene and being like, "Oh no, not again."
No, God!
Yo, you like the scene in Once Upon a Time where he's talking to that little girl who's like another actress on the set,
Yeah.
scouting for his next date?
Oh my God. Fucking sick.
I knew something was coming with that.
All right, my favorite death in Critters Attack is the ranger who's like out birding. He's got like his binocs looking at birds, and then one of the birds poops in his face,
Of course.
and so he's got to wash himself off. So he goes and he grabs a loofah, but that's not a loofah; it's a critter. Great.
Uh-oh. Yeah. We also get treated to another drunk. I didn't quite understand the family dynamic here because it's Uncle Lewis is the caretaker of these kids, but mom died, no dad. Uncle Lewis is a white man.
Yeah. So
Very
here's the thing:
confusing.
I assume the
Very
mom
confusing.
was white. She died in childbirth. Black dad, he got the fuck out of there. She was raised by her drunk uncle, Bobby Moynihan. And
You're already wrong because they show a picture of the mom and she's black.
oh, really?
So
Then
I
why
think
is this? Is this the
Hey,
uncle?
white father and
white
it's his
dads
brother.
could skip out too. You know?
I know.
I think it's white father. He skipped. This is his brother. That's what I think.
Oh, so this is the guy who ran away's brother. That's interesting.
And he feels guilty, so he takes care of the kids.
My theory. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's drunk all the time, and he's the town sheriff.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Cold blood. Yeah.
That's what you do. when
Great
you're a sheriff.
stuff. Yeah, people in these movies they always know the sheriff.
Yeah.
Well,
Wait, you guys don't know your sheriff, your local sheriff?
No, is that a thing?
Yeah,
in
Jim
small
down the
towns,
street,
in
like-
small towns, like when you lived in Colorado, Aaron, did you
Yeah.
know the sheriff?
Can I tell you something? Uh,
The sheriff.
Mr. Gonzalez was our fucking Parks and Rec basketball and baseball coach.
Wow.
And the sheriff?
He worked. He was high-ranking local police officer.
Okay, but he's not the sheriff.
That's the thing. So maybe touche. It may not have been the sheriff, but yeah, we knew Mr. Gonzalez.
Well,
Okay.
in most towns, sheriffs are elected. Did you guys know that?
Oh,
I guess I did.
They voted for this fucking Uncle Lewis.
Well,
All
Uncle Lewis
100%
seems like a good guy, man. He could run on a platform of I'm taking care of my deadbeat brother's kids.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. And he does seem to have a good heart. I mean, you know, he says some dumb things, but he does.
He's got a good heart,
and-
just a bad liver.
Exactly. and he does kind of give them one of the keys to killing the Krites when he dies. You know, when he finds out that the high pitched noises, which I also don't recall as being part of the canon, can destroy them.
Oh yeah, that was new, man.
they're really playing fast and loose with these rules.
Yeah.
I don't even think so. It's just not a thing we ever witnessed, you know? Someone figured it out. It took 5 movies, but now they have a weakness.
It's probably easy to understand why nobody figured out, because in the first 4 movies, there's not one intelligent character. So it's not like you had some rocket scientists. It took a drunk sheriff to figure it all out.
What are you talking about? Those bounty hunters have mastered interstellar travel.
Good point. We don't know if they mastered it, right? It could have been the Intergalactic Council big egghead person.
Oh, you're right. They're just like fucking Marines. They're only bounty hunting to pay their way through college.
To get into Leroy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Doug has already been denied like 6 times, but he keeps trying.
So they go for a jaunt in the woods, the babysitting crew, and they come across a white Krite.
They find Smo.
Oh my God! So this is one of the worst pieces of practical effects in the entire.
I didn't think so. I thought it was, but it's like bad practical effects, but it looked like period accurate. Like it looked like an '80s effect.
But it didn't.
Gizmo, man. It looked like Gizmo.
I don't know. It didn't look like it matched like with any of like the creatures from like any of the Krite sort of designs. It seemed like they kind of made
because
something.
this we find out is the Krite Queen.
Yeah, this thing. By the way, neither of you have probably seen this, but this thing looks exactly like this creature from this movie called To Catch a Yeti, starring Meatloaf.
Meatloaf, I'm in.
Meatloaf. So as soon as you're done with this is for you and all your listeners. Do yourselves a favor. Go and watch the trailer for To Catch a Yeti on YouTube, and you'll see these characters side by side. And I think they just did a reskinning.
Wow.
Same fucking weird ass pasted on smile, like weird fucking out of proportion appendages. It's fucking weird.
I like that the little girl Trissy is supposedly this nature
15
freak.
years old.
Right. and she thinks nothing of this thing, what it looks like. She doesn't like, she's just like, oh, I guess it could be like a species of bear. Like, it doesn't immediately occur to anyone. I mean, I know nature has some weird looking beasts, but everyone's just like, the only,
Yeah, but none that look like a fucking Furby.
right. I mean, like, the only one who's on point is the brother. I don't. What's his name?
Well, because
Dre's brother.
he wouldn't be on
He's
point,
UFO.
except he literally saw a UFO the night before,
Right.
so it's
Right.
top of mind.
Right. So, but this little girl's like, well, I saw Planet Earth. You know, it could be anything. It's fine.
And let's put her in a knapsack so that way we don't have to spend any of this effects budget to try to make it move in any sort of way. It's just gonna poke its head out of a backpack.
Yeah, right.
Fine. I didn't think of that. They don't really have to till the end. They don't really have to have her walk or
No, nothing. She's always stationary. They name her Bianca, and they take care of her, and she helps them fight off critters' attacks. But then it turns out that she's the Critter Queen, which is a huge plot twist.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I kind of guessed she was a good guy about 85 minutes before Dee Wallace did. It
You
took
mean a
her-
bad guy? Oh, good guy, right? Wait, but
Guy,
like,
yeah.
what ended up happening at the end of the movie? Like, it turns out that she was like working undercover with the critters or some shit.
No. Dee Wallace, apparently, this is what also led me to believe she is the same character from the original. Has a little monitoring station in a secret little compartment of her house, right? It's like a panic room for monitoring Krayt invasions. So she knows that this queen is here, but she thinks that she's part of the problem. And she doesn't realize till the end. She goes, "Oh, you came here to stop the Krites from taking over Earth." And the little white critter, who apparently hadn't understood English for most of the movie, then looks at her and nods. Yes.
Right.
Her exact quote was, "You traveled all this way to keep male Krites from taking over the planet, didn't you?" And it's so this has some Me Too crossover.
I have an issue with that. We're inserting, I mean, not to sound like some kind of a fucking incel or something, but we're inserting like feminist messaging into a lot of stuff now, and every so often it feels out of place, as it did in Critters Attack. I also just want to say that I finally watched this week the final season of House of Cards.
Oh yeah.
And they made like that fucking Robin Wright character into like this like feminist icon who's like doesn't respect her husband's legacy because he was a bad man. And it's fucking horrible, and it made me so upset it's not even the same character.
Wait, what? Why didn't Kevin Spacey come back for this season?
I did think it was weird. They wrote him. He was the main character. He died off screen. It's kind of
dude.
amazing that they did that.
Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, it's weird that they killed Roseanne too, right?
It was like the age of just like main characters fucking up, and then them just like removing the main character.
Yep. 2.5 Men was the first, I think, or
That's right.
in recent years. Yeah. You watching The Connors, bro?
No.
No, you're missing out. All right. So it spreads across town, the plague of the critters. They finally make their way to Leroy University because that's the only place to go. And they talk to Chef, then they talk to the sheriff, and neither of them helps at all.
Oh, no. And of course, Chef, because he's Japanese, knows how to use knives.
Uh-huh.
So that's a nice touch. And he's
he's
out.
a sushi chef.
Right.
They got the best blades in the business.
They do.
They said
do.
that like 6 or 7 times. So of course.
Yeah. So he's all bonsai and shit, and that's nice. And then I assume, does he die? Does he get eaten?
You don't see.
no.
Like it goes off screen. Like he's fighting a bunch of Krites, and then you just see Dee drive by.
Yeah,
She has a big fucking gun. She just drives by and sees people getting attacked. And
I thought that was a decent scene when he comes outside and everybody's rolling around the ground and all that. It was, broke up some of the static for a minute and a half.
Rolling around the ground?
Yeah, because they're all rolling around and trying to get the critters off them, and they're all dying. Do you
Who's
not recall?
dying?
The townsfolk.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, we see a lot of that, but no, like particular characters really died, like actual characters in the movie. We see like the fucking park ranger department, and then the bagpiping guy,
and of
Uncle
course,
Lewis.
remember that when the bagpiper dies, like she hears the bagpipes,
and the
playing in
fucking
distance
critter is playing the bagpipes, of course.
through his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, creative.
Chekhov's bagpipes.
Chekhov's bagpipes for sure.
You can't show bagpipes in the first act without including it in the third.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah, I learned that when I saw Korn live. Okay.
So when she gets to Leroy University, my favorite part of the movie, like as far as like characters being at their absolute dumbest, was when the boyfriend at the.
I loved this. This made me laugh out loud. Go ahead.
Yeah, basically they're like, we need to mow the lawn first.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna take care of this. I can't handle this. I'm gonna have a word.
Oh my God! If you do, can you do it on mic?
Yep, you can leave it running.
Go out there and be like, are we gonna have a fucking problem?
That's all right. Hold on.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going.
Oh my God! I'm so excited.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh, he's doing it. Okay, Dan, you still there?
I'm here. Is he talking to the guy?
You here? Yeah. Okay.
What happened, buddy?
Well, the thing is, the guy is like 2 fucking doors down, and so it's that fucking loud. So I just looked at him, and poor guy looked like very scared, and I just doing his job. I just said, "You don't have to do here."
You don't have to do here.
Yeah, but he's and he like made a motion like, "Okay, I got it."
Okay, well, hopefully that's a distant sound. Now, tell me about this doofus.
Yeah, so they realized they need to get keys to get somewhere else in the university, and the only keys that they remember were in the security stand.
It's exactly like the scene in Jurassic Park where Laura Dern goes after the light switch.
Exactly. And so they're like, possibly better than Jurassic Park, really. But they're like, oh, who's gonna go out to the security stand? And then this bro's just all like, I'll do it. Like I was like the top track runner. It's like, and then he starts taking off his shirt because he's like, I'm gonna get a good jog out of this. First off, I don't believe in aliens. Second, I'm really fast. So.
But then when he takes off, he doesn't run at full speed. He's doing
No.
like a motion like, look at me, gang, I'm running.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Yeah,
And
you're
then-
right.
And then it brings back one of my favorite props from, I think it was Critters 2. The Critter Sphere starts chasing after him.
Oh,
At this
sure,
point-
the rolling ball
Critter
of critters,
sphere.
of course.
Yeah. So I'm stoked. I'm like, oh, cool, they got the prop back. And then it rolls, it chases him, and then it crushes him, but it doesn't show a payoff in any way.
Right. You're
And
right.
this is the exact moment where it lost me, because up until this point, like the visual effects and stuff have been okay. The characters and script have been okay, but I was stoked that they were using all the original props and stuff. They were really trying to do an homage. But then that whole scene was hilarious. Don't get me wrong, but then like they didn't even show the skeleton on the ground or anything like that, because we know what this ball
Right.
does. That's one of the best kills from like
Agreed.
I think it's Critters 2.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
And they denied us watching this bro get like fucking eaten alive by a ball of critters.
He still got
Yeah.
crushed by a ball of critters. I enjoyed it.
No, but it's a weird. Aaron's right though too, because the movie, obviously, despite being on sci-fi, it doesn't shy away from any gore. So I thought when it happened, like, oh, maybe they wanted to, but it's like, no, that couldn't have been it. I mean, I don't know what the idea was behind that.
It
You
had
need-
so much potential.
It's an odd
Yeah.
choice. Maybe they just couldn't get the effect right.
that's a possibility.
Yeah.
I mean, they were too busy in South Africa.
Yeah. So they defeat the critter menace with Aunt D. These movies all have like a Deus Ex Machina. It's just like a group of kids running around until like someone shows up with a gun and kills the critters.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's the structure of these fucking
But
movies.
that's what made the first Critters charming, was that it wasn't so much a like a alien invasion thing. It was also like a bounty hunter film where it's like they could easily destroy these things if they can find them. So it adds all the fish out of water thing of them trying to like blend in with regular people, and then like in the meanwhile just blowing the fuck out of like churches and diners and stuff like that.
And
So-
bowling alleys.
Yeah, so that's one thing that was a little bit missing in it. I definitely wasn't missing Charlie.
Nor was I. I was very relieved to have a Critters movie without Charlie.
As you know, he kind of grew on me, but it was refreshing to not see him and see all new people. But nice to see Dee Wallace. So
Yep,
Yeah.
looking very normal.
yeah, it's true. She looks normal.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
like an old lady.
Yeah.
All right, Critters Attack. What do you guys give it?
Aaron.
I will give it I'll give it a 2.
You can give it a 1 if you want, man.
No, I'm going to give it a 2 because like I said, it's not the worst Critters. I will reserve that for probably Critters 3.
What?
Yeah. Well, we're not at ranks yet, so hold on.
But
All right.
I can't give it a 3. It's like I'm saying it's barely a 2 for me.
Okay.
Well, it's a solid 2 for me.
I'm going to go ahead and break precedent. I'm going to give it a 3.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, it's a 2-star movie. I don't think it's a 1. It is a 2-star movie, but in this franchise, it's definitely a 3 for me. Set out's what it accomplishes. It accomplishes what it sets out to do. It's entertaining. It was not painful. And I think
Okay.
that was my bar this time.
That's
It was
fair
not
enough. It definitely is not painful. It's totally watchable.
So it gets a 3 from me. I assume, Danny, you're giving it a 2?
That's correct. Now, you ready to rank the Critters movies
I'm
for
ready
Mr.
to
John
rank.
Evan Bear?
I'm ready to rank.
All right. What's your number 5 Critters movie?
My number 5 Critters movie and the worst Critters movie is Critters 3.
I couldn't disagree with that more.
I know.
The worst one is Critters 2.
Okay.
All right.
Well, Aaron, are you joining us, Aaron? Or?
I'm going to join right in.
All right.
No,
What's the
this
worst
is-
one?
This is going to be an interesting list. I think we all have completely different rankings. My opinion, the worst one's Critters 3.
Thank you.
Well, that was the same as Henry. Okay.
Right.
What's number 4?
I'll say the second worst is Critters 2.
Mm-hmm. Aaron.
Aaron.
Critters 4.
Yeah, that's my second worst. The number 4 Critters movie is Critters 4, the space
All right.
one. All right, number 3.
Number 3 is Critters 4, the space one.
Okay, Aaron.
Critters Attack.
Okay. My number 3 is Critters,
Oh, all right.
the
Interesting.
original Critters. Number 2.
The second best, fourth worst Critters movie for me is the original Critters.
Okay, Aaron.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. I was mine is the same. I thought we were gonna get this completely different. Critters is number 2.
Okay, my number 2 is Critters Attack.
And the number 1 best Critters movie for me is Critters Attack.
Okay.
Critters 2.
Critters 3,
Oh.
baby.
Wow. And each one couldn't really be much different from the other. So we all have a definite particular vibe we choose when we watch a Critters movie.
But
It
in
could
all
also
but in all
be-
seriousness, don't watch these movies.
Yeah, none of these are particularly good. The thing is, I have like nostalgia for certain ones. Like 1 and 2, I saw at just the right age where it worked. And this is okay. Going back to your guys' discussion about movie store box art that would just fucking weird you out as a kid.
Yeah.
You guys mentioned with Child's Play. That one always freaked me out when I saw in the movie aisle. Ghoulies with the monster coming out of the toilet.
Yes.
And Critters, like for some reason, these like, which is kind of ironic when you think about it, they're all like little tiny creatures.
Well, when
but
you're a
for some-
kid, you're attracted to like a tiny, scary thing.
No, I'm with Aaron. Yeah, and you for sure. I mean, I was 8 when the first one came out, and I remember when that video box too. And I was the same way. Definitely the Ghoulies, and Dan and me talked about this already. But yeah, I agree with Aaron on that. That box was a freaky one too. Freaky. Didn't know what was coming, but now that I do, it will not freak me out ever again.
Yeah. All right. Great Critters coverage, gang.
MVP, LVP.
Oh, right, of course. MVP of this movie, you know, I'll go with Trissy.
Oh, all right.
Okay. MVP for me will be I'll give it to Drea.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my
Tatiana.
MVP.
She
That's
tried
mine.
really hard.
I thought she had some funny lines and some funny double takes. I think we'll see her again in something hopefully better quality.
We'll find out soon.
We will. LVP.
I'm going to go with this actress, Alex Javen, who
That's
played
mine.
Mandy, the former best friend and now Leroy University student. I thought she was a particularly poor actress.
I agree, and that's saying something in a movie full of kids. She is bad. Yeah.
Hey, by the way,
Yeah.
this Drea was in the new Shaft movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The one that no one saw.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
one that no one saw.
How about you, Aaron? LVP.
I'm gonna give it to the bagpipe guy. Like it was.
I almost
he was-
made him my MVP.
It was just. It was the everything about it. I mean, the writing, just the character. Like it should have been in the movie. It was just fucking dumb.
All
Yeah,
right,
I mean, I don't
fair.
disagree with anything you're saying, but I enjoyed it.
All right, I got one superhero count for Critters Attack.
Okay.
bagpipes.
Let's hear that.
Well-
Ooh, I wish we had the John Williams Superman score on bagpipes.
That'd be cool. Ava Preston, who played Trissy, apparently was in the movie Shazam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. There are a lot of just there's like interview footage in that movie with kids talking about Shazam.
That's what she was.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And- yeah.
That movie's all right.
Really? It's all right.
Yeah, I think it's I don't like any of the DC movies. I don't think any of them are good, but I think Shazam's like the second best one or something.
Oh, all
Yeah.
right. All right.